everybody, Johnny B. Good here. Welcome to, boy, I just had the name of that town and I forgot it. Cunningham. We are located in Cunningham, Kansas. Alright, the local time here, it is 4:56 p.m. Temperature is at 38 degrees. We have now just down to 4 hours and 23 minutes available on our drive, which is going to make us a little bit short to making it to Dalhart, Texas. But it is what it is. Once again, today is Tuesday, December 16, 2014. I have called or text Spencer Dennison if he was available on a vacation or an interview, and he's responding, no, I'm on a 2-week vacation starting next week. I'll be available during that time. Okay, well, we'll see you then, Spencer. Kind of hoping to talk to you and get to know you and hear your story. By the way, Dalhart, Texas is 260 miles from here. So how's everybody else doing out there? Oh, by the way, I don't know if you guys would be interested, but I have a Skype account. I don't know, you better get a pen. It's kind of weird to pronounce, but it's pronounced Hampas Lupa 6. It's all one word. It's HAMPASLUPA6. HAM is Hotel Alpha Mike Papa Alpha Sierra. Hampas, yep. HAMPAS Lupa. LUP as in Paul, A as in Apple, 6. Hampas Lupa 6. Hampas Lupa is a Tagalog word for someone who is destitute, barely got absolutely nothing. The lowest of the low. He doesn't even have the right to walk standing up. He is just crawling on the mud. That's how broke he is. That's how poor he is. It's the poorest of all the poorest. The humblest among the humblest. That's what it means. Hampas lupa. In Visaya, we would call that polobi. Polobi. That means it's just not worth anything. Not even a penny. Not even a half a penny. Not even a half of a penny. Nothing. He's got absolutely nothing. And that is my Skype account name. So anyway, yep, Hampas Lupa is Hampas Lupa 6. I have activated my account just today, and even Dalius from Lithuania is on it now. So if you want to add me to that, or somewhat of a request, who knows, we might be able to do some chat, live chat and whatever. But I would imagine that if you guys would like those phone interviews, I think Viber would work a lot better, because for some reason on Skype I am not able to use my headset. But on Viber I am, and it makes it easier. To save the audio phone interview and the conversation. Looks like we're going to be witnessing another beautiful sunset here pretty soon. Oh, by the way, I just got us a pre-plan. Yes, sirree. We just got ourselves a pre-plan. Get this. This load is scheduled to deliver on the 18th, which is Thursday. Alright. Delivers Thursday at 1300. I figured I'll show up a little early, and then our pickup or pre-plan is picking up again in Winsoon over there in Southgate, like we did last week. That picks up at between 1500 to 1600. It's a very short window. Also on Thursday. So I gotta make sure I show up early, making my chances of getting unloaded higher. Yeah, somebody's calling. Hello. Hello. Hey, Carlos. Hey, you're just in time. Hold on. I'm doing good, man. So. All right, you're in the air, Carlos.
Well, hello, Johnny Be Good, and hello, YouTube. Hope everybody's doing well out there.
Yeah, everything is well on this side. So, how about you?
I'm doing well. I'm here at work, working hard, or hardly working, as they say. We've already closed down for our month. We made the numbers. So it's smooth sailing through the first of the year.
That's cool. So Carlos, tell everybody we're kind of getting a little ahead of ourselves there. Tell everybody who you are, what you do, and where you live.
Okay. My name is Carlos Hernandez. I am 40 years old, from Roseville, California. We are about 20 minutes east of Sacramento, California, the capital. And I am kind of the jack of all trades when it has to do with IT services. So that just means, John, that I sell the internet, I sell private networks, I sell servers, I sell all the security, hosted everything for small to enterprise customers. We're talking banks, government, and small customers like mom and pop shops.
So if I wanted to put up a network of computers in a business, I'd call you then.
Yes, that is exactly right. So we would help you, to plan the network out. We would provide you options. We would do all the pricing, all the contracts, and all the installation.
Now, what if I wanted to hack into the Pentagon? Would I call you?
No comment.
No comment.
No comment on that. No comment, buddy.
Remember that?
Yeah.
I remember that from the MASH TV show, Pentagon. What a gun? Yeah.
Yep. Oh, man, you're taking us back. You're taking us back to MASH 4077.
Do you remember that scene? It says, call the Pentagon, and it says, what a gun? Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know.
Vaguely, yeah.
Why is it a certain scene of a movie or TV just sticks to us, doesn't it? I mean, it just, But anyway, so Carlos, you're how long you been at that job?
I have been at this company for close to 8 years now, and prior to this company, I had been with MCI for about 11 years, and that's been most of my career has been, sales and service, but overall my career has spanned about 19 years now. 19 years doing this.
Wow.
Yeah, it's been a long time.
So after high school, you went for college for that, or what?
Yeah, so let's see. So I graduated in 1993, and then went to a community college out in Sacramento. And from there, I did all my general ed. I had my bachelor's degree, and then I actually had my first real job with the local phone company that used to be SBC back in the day before it was AT&T. It was SBC out here, and I just had an entry level kind of a customer service rep position where the folks would call for brand new home phone service. They needed dial tone at the house, so they would call me and I would order it up and everything. And through that, SBC was always really good about their training programs, and they would offer, all sorts of trainings and courses to do with networking and server security and all that stuff, and it was all free to us, so I jumped on everything I could, because I actually knew when I was young, to be an operator was not going to be what I was only going to do in life. So I got all the knowledge I could and went up and up and up and up and up. And as the opportunities opened up, for like a service manager position or for sales support, and then that would grow into a client director position that I have today.
Wow. Well, Carlos, where are you a native of? I mean, where did you grow up at?
I actually grew up in a small town out here in California. It's called Woodland, California.
Woodland.
It's yeah. So that was actually the postcard that I sent you. The one that had the bell on it.
Yeah.
And that little itsy bitsy town is about 20 miles north of Sacramento. So that's where I was raised up from probably 3 years old up until I left, and that was maybe when I was 19 or 20. Then I said, well, this place is kind of slow for me and dead, so I moved out to Sacramento, and that's where that whole thing started. Yeah, so Woodland, California, that's my hometown. I was a native of Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah. So born out in LA, and then we moved up north to Woodland.
Do you still visit Woodland?
Yeah, I actually try to go there about 3 times a week, Johnny, because that's where Janessa lives with her mom.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so I see her about 3 times a week out there, and then I grab her for the weekend and all that good stuff, daddy stuff.
Yeah, I know what that's like.
Mm-hmm.
Not the difficulty that you are going through right now, but yes. So
I hear you.
Everybody, just in case you guys don't know, Janessa is one of the kid that was featured in our video with AJ. And I tell you, she is just one gorgeous little baby girl there. I tell you, you are one lucky dad.
Thank you, John. Yeah.
So
yeah, she's
So yeah, where's Janessa now? With Mama?
Well, right now she's in school. She's at a very nice Christian school that's out in Woodland, California, and she goes there from about her mom drops her off at about 7:45, and she's there pretty much the whole day until about 4:30, and that's when either I or her mom, we go and get her. But she's in Christian school, and she loves it, and she's doing really well. She loves to pray for anything and everything in front of her, from her dinner to, the shirt I'm wearing, wherever we're going. She hears a song on the radio, she wants to start to chat about it, So, she is doing quite well. She's quite well, John, and thank you for asking about her. She is absolutely one of the reasons how I've been able to get through this difficult season. I mean, we've had a chance to talk about this personally, but, for all you folks that don't know out there, I had been married for 5 years, and, how can I say this nicely? Life is life. And
somebody threw a monkey wrench to it, right? So.
Yep. So the enemy was speaking, and unfortunately somebody listened, and I don't know, the outcome is this, John, but you know what, it's okay. Everything happens for a reason, and Janessa and I have not missed a beat, so it's all good.
I get this impression that Janessa is one of those children that can't stop asking questions. Right?
She is almost 4 years old, John, and she's right at the age, yes, you hit it right on the head, she's right at that age where she has a question for anything. Why is the sky blue? Why why did that song not come on that I wanted? Or why haven't we got more crayons when we go to Denny's? You know, they give her 2, she wants 3, and why? How come? You know, anything and everything you can think of. She's like a little sponge, you know, she wants to know everything.
You know,
how comes and the why not.
I recently heard that they did a study of most leaders in the world. In their childhood, they were very inquisitive, or what was that word? They always asked questions. They could never stop asking questions.
Right, right.
Know, that is.
Yeah.
That is the mark of a leader, I guess they said.
Yeah, maybe so. Maybe so. Or, you know, it could be that she is, you know, she's a female, and, you know, unfortunately, I'm not throwing dirt on us guys, but we're pretty easy to deal with. You know, we're very cut and dry, and, you know, females just have that women's intuition. I don't care how small they are, they want to know, and they want to know why. So
yeah, they're just built different. You know, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Now,
absolutely, they're built differently.
Is she pretty smart like you, or Mom?
Well, you're giving me way too much credit on that, Johnny, but she is absolutely smarter than I am on every level. Even when she was really, really, really little, you know, my mom said, you know what, she's going to change the whole dynamic of the family, meaning she had that certain something to her, and it's no coincidence that she has been this shining beacon in the family. And, you know, Christian school has helped that quite a bit, but even before that, you know, she's always been that kid to bring stuff together and to move things, and you know, through hard seasons.
Is she the youngest?
Yeah.
I see. Wow, so she's the baby.
So she's the youngest.
I see.
She is. But the crazy part is, right, that she has other brothers and sisters. You know, she has half brothers and half sisters. But we really just say brothers and sisters, right? You know, it's like, okay, you are or you're not. So, but she is loved by every one of them, and she rules the roost. She'll jack her brother's cheeseburger or her sister's milkshake, and they let her do it. And, and trust me, she knows how to work the crowd.
Yeah, that's AJ right there. So,
see, there you go. Yep. There you go.
So, how, you know, what are you foreseeing yourself to be working at this profession until you retire, or do you have the foreseeable knowledge to where the technology is heading, or, you know, you seem to be the forefront of the internet highway and computers.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great question, Johnny. And I mean, really, right now, for, I don't know, the next maybe 5 to 10 years, you know, things are going to be growing and expanding quite a bit, you know, from the brand new technology that all the consumers use, you know, because, I mean, 5 years ago, you're thinking you didn't even have a smartphone per se that everybody would have to have. You didn't have a smart TV. You know, TVs nowadays have all the applications like YouTube and Netflix and all that stuff, and all that means is that that's creating a new and higher demand for internet services, or from global network services, or from IT security. You know, everything has a login, everything has a password. So as the times change, you know, technology also has to change, and we're not really going backward. We're only going forward at this point, because the world wants more, and the world wants it quicker, like yesterday and now. So to answer your question, for probably the next 5 to 10 years, that'll be really what I think that I'll be doing is, you know, what I happen to do now. Will I happen to retire? I don't know. Maybe, possibly the industry will outgrow me and I'll not be as smart as I am today and I can't really try to keep up. Maybe I'll have to do something else. I don't know. But, for at least the next 5 to 10 years, I think I'm okay. Yeah.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I keep hearing bits and pieces of, stuff on the internet where technology can be attached to your skin and where that, I think where that's going. That's basically integrated, integrated in our DNA and all that stuff. That's, I don't know. I don't know if I would want something like that,
Yeah, well, well, that's a great point, Johnny, because you have to look at it this way, too, is that, how and where exactly would the world stop wanting to be innovative? Meaning, 25 years ago, 25 years ago, Johnny, you remember we had shows like the $6 Million Man, where it's like, okay, he had bionic powers, all these circuits and lights and all the gizmos and everything, and then we would only think, hey, this is only a TV show. This is pretty cool. Or he could hear 3 times as well, or he would have like superhuman strength. Well, all those things, and you think about it, there's folks right now who were in horrible car accidents who can now walk because of all the technology, where the brain impulses move their limbs. They're artificial. So, where exactly will that stop? We have movies like Vanilla Sky. Remember Tom Cruise, Vanilla Sky? It was weird. He was in a tank and they had things, in his brain, and he would see crimes even before it happened, things like that. And I don't know. That's pretty scary. So I don't know at what point we're going to be able to separate from reality and what's good for us and truly what's not. I don't know.
As Christians, you and I are on the same page as far as the second coming of Christ, the rapture, and the tribulations. And I really got to believe that most of these stuff now, the technology will play a big part of all of that. Of all that that stuff, that scene. And, oh man, I tell you, so.
I know. Well,
but one good thing, Carlos, is you and I, we both know we're not going through the tribulations.
Right.
We'll be raptured way before that.
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that, we've had a chance to talk about this too at length, Johnny, but I mean, there has to be the human separation between, what's cool and what's real and what truly matters. And maybe, for a small group of us, here we go here on this tangent, right? So Christianity to me is absolutely the most important thing in my life, because Christianity is where my faith lies, my love lies, and my walk to salvation lies. And if I didn't have him, I couldn't do any of this anyway. Like, none of this would even exist.
Well, let's talk about Christianity. I mean, growing up, were you a religious person? I mean, how did you come to Christ? I mean, if you could share with anyone or everyone your conversions and your testimony, I think that would be pretty good, so go ahead.
Sure. Yeah. It would be my honor. Growing up in a Hispanic household, you have the how can I say, the
notion or the stereotype that everybody has to be Catholic because we're Mexican or because we're Hispanic. It's like, okay, we're all Catholic, and really we were none of that. We rarely ever would go to church. Maybe one time at Christmas time, or if we had to go to a funeral or whatever the case was. That's really the only time.
Usually it's a baptism, wedding, or a funeral.
Exactly. Yep. Exactly right. So
a little bit of Christmas. So yep.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah. So those were the only things that I could truly remember that would have us be in church. So throughout growing up and everything, John, no, never really had any real calling or exposure to do it or anything like that. And as I, had been married before, that was not through the church, and that was the Justice of the Peace, and nothing was really faith-based at all. And anyway, so fast forward through the trials and tribulations, the beginnings and all the endings of a young life through their 20s and 30s, and then you find yourself lost at one point. It's like, okay, is this as good as it's gonna get? What's missing? So I tried love, failed. I tried this, failed. I tried that, failed. And I'm thinking, okay, what is it? And then slowly but surely, over the years, John, there had been little signs and hints here and there. For example, there was a funeral. Like you said, there was a funeral that I had to go to. And sitting there, and likely when I was, maybe 30 years old, right? Let's go back. And for some reason, that pastor, he was trying to give the eulogy, and he was going through everything, and then something started speaking in me, meaning, when you're sitting there on the church bench, and you can't, like if there's anyone who is in need of something, if you're lost, if you feel you don't have a direction and you know something missing but don't know what, and that just grabbed my attention, and then all of a sudden, and trust me when I say this, folks, you feel like this warmth, like you're only being talked to, just to you. There's a room full of folks, but you're the only one who this message seems to be custom tailored to, and you feel like you're under a heat lamp, like Mr. French Fry. You feel like you're under a heat lamp, and you're like, he's talking to me right now. I'm the one that's missing, stumbling. I don't know what it is. I've been rolling like a stone for years. I keep trying relationships, and they're failing. I keep doing this and failing. I think he's talking to me. And there were times where I thought these things were for me, and I would say, no, dismiss it.
You kind of feel like the spotlight was on you, and just like God was just talking directly to you, right? I mean, it just like put you in a hot seat. Yeah,
absolutely. Yep, absolutely. And, but when you're not really open, because your heart, folks, your heart has to be ready and willing to accept the message, because unfortunately, a lot of us out there, we follow the flesh, meaning everything around us is important. Our phones, our jobs, our money, our relationships, our everything but God is more important than Him. So that's what we look to for happiness and for satisfaction and for, okay, I have this new email or a brand new phone, I have an Xbox 360, I have a PlayStation 4, that's going to make me happy, this and that, right? So we look to the flesh. The flesh is the world around us here for all the things that we think we need. And when you hear the word being spoken to you, you're going to miss it because you're not looking for it, because you're not broken enough to understand. And when I mean broken, people, that means when you're almost hopeless and all these fleshly things aren't making me happy anymore, and something is missing, and that's when you are broken enough to start listening to what is being said or what you're seeing. The signs are subtle, and once you pick up on some, you'll be amazed at how long those signs have been there. I'm telling you. Anyway, so fast forward to that, John, all throughout my 30s and everything, I had been married have been married, like I said, there's no divorce yet or anything like that. But anyway, the problems just